People always ask me the same thing. Why Birmingham for property investing? And if you know Birmingham, you know the bull. It's the must-have selfie spot when you're in the city. And it's one of the most photographed landmarks in the UK. They call it the Guardian, and it weighs over 6 tons of solid bronze, built to celebrate Birmingham's roots in trade and industry. And it's a symbol of the strength, hard work, and a city that's just always stood its ground. And that's exactly why I built the wealth machine here. Strong foundations, real graft, and a city that just keeps moving forward. There's no hype. It's just proof that the consistency still wins. Everyone has an opinion. Go north, try London. This is the hotspot. Most people just get stuck with too many choices and there's just not enough action. I've spoken about this in a previous video, which I can link below. But here's the thing. Birmingham just hits the numbers. Every data point, it all points the same way. And data's the fuel the wealth machine runs on. That's why for me, Brum just works. It's steady, it's strong, and it's built to perform. And here's where the data does the talking. You see, because once you get the facts, you'll see why I built the wealth machine right here. Birmingham, or Brum, and the surrounding areas, is known as the UK's second city. There's about 1.1 million people living here, and 3 million if you count the wider region. That's a lot of people that need roofs over their heads. And people mean homes. The average house price here is around 230,000. In Manchester, homes are pushing around 250 to 260,000. So north isn't always the cheapest option. And the beauty is your money will still buy you something really decent here. And rents are strong. The population here is still climbing. More people moving in means more tenants. And that's a lovely position to be in when you own the doors that they rent. Let's talk travel, because if people can't get to work, they can't pay rent. Brum sits right in the middle of England. You can reach 90% of the UK within just 4 hours. We have 3 of the main motorways, the M5, the M6 and the M42. We've got the trains and the trams and the airport, flying to 120 different places. It's basically the country's roundabout. It's busy, it's connected, and it's just constantly moving forward. With HS2 coming, London's going to be 45 minutes away. When cities move closer, people move. And movement means money. So why am I talking jobs when we're supposed to be talking about property investing? Because jobs pay rent, and rent's what pays you. Birmingham's economy makes about 35 to 40 billion a year. That's how much money the city earns by building, selling, and servicing. That's a lot of money just moving through people's pockets. And all of them need somewhere to live. And it's not just one kind of work. In Birmingham, it's just a whole mix. There's massive car companies like Jaguar Land Rover and Rolls-Royce. There's thousands of engineers and factory workers and contractors. Basically, people living and working in Brum. Then there's the money crowd. HSBC UK headquarters. You've got Deutsche Bank, PwC. Over 15,000 office pros. They bring cash, stability, and many live in good 2 to 3 bed homes in quiet areas where they can just commute from. Then there's the hospital and science side. Queen Elizabeth Hospital with around 10,000 staff, plus the new Health Innovation Campus, doctors, nurses, researchers. They need homes too. We've all heard about the old mining town where the pit shut and whole families lost everything. Overnight, the jobs went, shops closed, house prices just crashed, and people just had to leave their homes. Birmingham never had that one point of failure. It stands on many legs: cars, hospitals, tech, finance, education. So even if one part slowed down, the others would just keep on moving. And that's what gives you confidence as an investor. It's a city that doesn't stop just because one company does. Every September, Brum gets invaded by students, about 90,000 of them across 5 universities. But here's the bit most people miss. I'm not talking about the student flats. I mean the students that graduate and then turn into young professionals. They're starting their career. They're getting partners. They're starting families. And they're looking for real homes, 2 to 3 bed homes in good areas. And because half of them stay after their degree, those houses rarely stay empty for long. New tenants are always lining up behind the ones that are moving out. Every city has its glow-ups. Birmingham's just happened to be huge. And I guess that's why they call it the big city plan. A plan that's literally built to reshape how the city looks, moves, and lives. Let me show you what that actually means. You've got different projects. The Smithfield, a 1.9 billion remake of the old market. What used to be like the car parks and old rundown stores. It's now being turned into a new food and fun district. Street food, events, apartments. In Digbeth, the BBC studios are coming. MasterChef will be moving over in 2026. Lights, camera, action. Creatives will be rolling in, and with them will be spending power. You've got Curzon Street and the new HS2, the high-speed rail. That will be the front door to a new city. Then there's Paradise and Arena Central. Basically, new offices, hotels, places to eat and meet. When you add it all up, Paradise alone is 700 million. It's going to be a transformation of the city's heart. Then you've got Smithfield, 1.9 billion. Plans to bring a new neighbourhood. Curzon Street, 724 million. Building the front door to HS2. And then the new sports quarter, 3 billion poured into the east of Birmingham. Together, that's over 6 billion in active regeneration. And it's not talk, it's already been built. More investment means better places, more people spending, more jobs being created. And every one of those jobs needs a home. Birmingham isn't waiting for growth, it's building it brick by brick. And that's confidence and momentum. A city built for abundance and built to last. So what does that mean for me as an investor? Well, my first properties were bought over 10 years ago. So for those houses, my later is now. The rents have gone up a lot since then, and it's been steady year after year. One of those houses I bought for 97,000, and it's now worth over 210,000. I'm not saying that will happen every time, but properties that I've owned have all grown in rent and in value. It's proof that when the system's right and you give it time, it works. Quiet wins that keep on adding up year after year. And that's the beauty of how the wealth machine works. It performs today and it builds for tomorrow. Income now, growth over time. It's just proof that when the system's right, you win in more ways than one. Every city has buildings. Birmingham has a heartbeat. The city of 1,000 trades has always been full of doers and makers, and that get it done energy is exactly how the wealth machine was built. Last year, 145 million visitors came to the West Midlands, spending 16 billion. That's busy. That's shops full, hotels full, money moving around, and people who need homes. Most of the city's workers live close or nearby in the surrounding towns. You can hop on a train, a tram, or drive and be in the city within half an hour. The commute's so easy that people just stay. So when you see it like that, trying to find one right property in Birmingham, it doesn't feel so daunting. It's a huge city full of people working, studying, visiting, and just living life. So there's not one magic house to find. Get those right and you get steady returns. And that's how you turn property from stress into progress. Your bank just shows you the monthly returns. And my machine shows me the check-ins. So I can just relax knowing that the area performs and the systems keep me informed. It's not hype. It's a city that keeps creating opportunities. Jobs, projects, people, movement, everything. Everything here keeps the cycle turning. So before we finish, that bull is more than a statue. It's the icon of Brum. It's strong, it's grounded, and it's built to last. That's exactly how the city works. And that's exactly how the wealth machine runs. Solid foundation, steady movement, real growth. Because when your area performs and your systems just run, you don't just own property, you own progress. And that's why Birmingham and the surrounding areas are the perfect engine for the wealth machine.